Well, now a News 3 on Your Side Consumer Report. The song says right now we're in the most wonderful time of the year. Well, if a car is on this year's gift list, you want it to stay wonderful. But you might drive that car home and find that later you have to take it back. Cheryl Sutton has that story.
So essentially a bailment agreement is a temporary agreement to take custody of something. So in the situation with these cars, what they're doing is saying, you know, sign here on the dotted line and we'll happily give you this car, but temporarily until the financing contract comes through. So really when you're signing the bailment agreement, it's only temporary and subject to the financing coming through.
Even if you walk on a dealer's lot with financing pre-approved, it'll take a few days to finalize the deal. Expect to sign a lot of documents, and unless you're paying cash, somewhere in all of the paperwork, there will likely be a bailment agreement. Attorney Allison Marani advises we look for it and understand it.
Should it be a separate document we should look for when we're buying?
You know, it would be nice if the parties, you know, were to have everything laid out nice like that so that you could see exactly the pieces that you're signing, but unfortunately not. Most of these contracts have several things, several agreements that you're making built into the one place, and that includes this bailment agreement.
You can do this by requesting the name of the lender who agreed to finance you, their contact information, and a signed letter that they've approved funding for that particular car and for that specific amount.
So before you take the car and before you leave the dealership that day, you can just ask them, you know, hey, is this my car? Do I own it? Have you been paid or not? And if they can't give you a finite answer and tell you for certain that you've paid for the car and that everything has come through, you're going to want to be suspicious and ask a few more follow-up questions.
That was Cheryl Sutton reporting. Of course, this doesn't happen in most cases, but when it does, it certainly could be a shock. The Georgia Department of Consumer Protection suggests always working with a reputable dealer. One way to do that is to check out the dealership's rating with the Better Business Bureau. And as always, ask plenty of questions and make sure you understand everything that you do sign.